So I decided to do 2 videos today just because I wanted to. Believe me, the last cut was a lot more awkward in my wording. I'm going to go over more reading recommendations, but they aren't going to be the bigger books. They're going to be somewhat more affordable books, or more affordable books, obviously. It's $4 versus $15. Starting with this one. Now this one was in the Detective Comics Deluxe Edition hardcover that I showed you guys yesterday. I mean, not yesterday. Earlier this weekend. Or this week, actually. Time flies when you're quarantined. Although I'm technically not quarantined because I'm in Newbury today, as you saw. It was awesome. I cannot wait till next week because they have a Joker. I did tell you that. So it was only one cut. I did tell you guys that. Like showing. I'm scratching my nose, okay? Not picking it. This is Detective Comics. Okay, so this one was in that hardcover I was showing you. This one is what I like to call stupid dated, where all the tropes and whatever that are in older books, like 60s and 50s books, are in this, and all the worst tropes. It wasn't bad for a 60s book, and I guess I expected a lot worse, but I don't know, it wasn't that great, and I put it in what I call a wrong box, which is where I put, I get that, I will admit, I do get that, saying? Sure. That saying from Comic Pop, which is a fellow comic, not fellow, I wish we were friends with them, that'd be cool, the comic YouTuber, I'm subscribed to Comic Pop, and I take that word from them, obviously. It's not a trademarked word, so I don't technically take from them. In the wrong box is where I put all the doubles I have, not the doubles I got for those two Avengers books, actually not that Iron Man and Avengers book that I'm just giving back because it was like 80 cents each, and I'm hopefully gonna go next week. And like the doubles that are worth something, comics I don't like, hence the term wrong box, and the books that are in those meteor books, like the graphic novels and like in those collections, like this one. Actually, it's a double. I have it in the collection, like Detective Comics hardcover, and I didn't like it, so it's a double whammy. This is gonna be terrible because this is a huge box. I can't even lift it. It's that heavy, and I'm definitely not gonna take out each book. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do every book that's like this. I'm just gonna do my most recent ones and the ones that aren't in Mylar. I know it's kind of stupid. It's so specific, but I lose track. And to do that, to put it in like a separate space. I don't have a separate space for it. My room is super tiny. Joker Killer Smile. This is one of those Black Label books, and okay, I hope this isn't good. I was getting rid of a notification, and sometimes it thinks I tapped it, so it's so I talk. That was for Subway Surfers, and sometimes when I tap it, it'll take me directly to Subway Surfers and end whatever I was doing currently. Anyways, this is like with Superman Red Sun. This is one of those ones that was very tame. It was just kind of violent, and it's violent. But it was good. So this is the entire series. They're just kind of the same. It wasn't spectacular or anything, but whenever I see this, I get like Vietnam flashbacks to that terrible night. I think I told you guys about that. Like the spending habits got too much because I spent too much, and my dad got pissed. I spent money because I'm an idiot, and he like took the comics away for a while. Yeah, that wasn't a great time, and this was one of them. So when I got it back, I was like, yeah, I'm reading this now. Yeah. Now this is another thing I don't like, because I just put them. I don't put them in any sort of order. I just put them away with it wherever they belong. I don't do that with the Mylar bag ones, which for Mylar bag it's like this. This is a Mylar bag. It's in a little protective case, which I don't know why more stores don't do that. they will do that for you, but it costs extra. I'm like, hell no. These aren't gonna be worth shit. This is Champions number 2. I'm doing number 2 before I do number 1. And it's all kind of the same for the most part. This is pretty good. I like it better than the 2016 series, but I hate that they have, do they even have her in here? I was gonna say Ironheart, but I don't think she's in there. I actually like Ms. Marvel. This was one I was just reading. Not this specific issue, but this series. This is a sequel. This is a sequel to, which actually you'll see, for Absolute Carnage, which has 50,000 tie-ins. So I had my first interaction with that. I always knew there were tie-ins, and I have a couple books that have a zillion tie-ins that I don't have, and it pisses me off. And this was the first time that I actually got to get all the tie-ins. And it was so many that I had to get 2 digitally, because I think they were sold out immediately or something like that. They're not worth anything. So this was the sequel to Absolute Carnage, and it was pretty good. It follows, and I actually shouldn't go through the plot synopsis because I didn't do that for any of the others. But it follows the character that was in the Absolute Carnage. It's not Carnage, Cletus Cassidy himself, but spoilers, he dies. There's Champions number 3. See, that's the thing. Half of these are going to be just me showing you guys something you've already seen if you follow my channel a lot. For a long time, and you actually watch my videos, which, judging by the fact I have no views on a lot of my videos, that's gonna be a hell no for me, dog. Prisoner X, this is like way back in the day. I think this is one of the ones I got in that huge collection that actually came with the Champions 1, 2, and 3, I believe. You can see that in another video. This is the Age of X-Men. It's probably the best one that came out of that series. I have to finish one more with the Marvelous X-Men, but I also have an X-Men Messiah Complex I took out of the library, and that's top priority right now. So if I want to read an X-Men book, I'm gonna read Messiah Complex. It's pretty good so far. It was one of those ones I went back to, so when I read it at first I didn't like it. This time I'm like, I'll get a little bit better, which, I don't know, I think it might be Ed Brubaker. I just don't like his writing. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't really like the Captain America run he did. I read one issue, and that was a long time ago. And I'm super reluctant to get back into it. And sometimes that reluctant feeling means that it's kind of a premonitory feeling, and it turns out, yeah, I didn't like it at all. Something is killing the children. Pretty damn good. It's like It, but no, it's like a clown, obviously. It's like a monster, like you can see. But like the monster eats his... Again, I'm going to plot synopsis for this one book. Like the monster eats all his friends. So something is killing the children, and... Spoiler alert. Probably the weakest one of the Absolute Carnage tie-ins. There's a little rip right here. You can see it. I like that they also announced that the soundtrack is out now. So it says listen to it on Spotify, but I'm sure that was also when the CD was out. This is honestly one of those ones I don't know why I have here. But it wasn't bad. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Just kind of bland. It's kind of your average Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy story. I do like that they kept them together, though. I do like that. Another Scream, Curse of Carnage. This is number 1. I like getting the variants, because for Marvel at least, DC is stupid and doesn't do digital downloads anymore, but you get a digital code, and the digital is always the original cover, and I like to get the variants, because I'm just going to see the actual cover on the fucking Marvel app, so. The best part about that is when I finish them, for the most part, I've been reviewing them. You just give star reviews, you can't say, I like this because, you just give a star review and that's it. The end, Miles Morales. I don't know why this was the one that was reviewed the lowest, because that Venom one was absolutely terrible. Definitely the worst Venom book I've ever read. But, to be fair, I haven't read a whole lot of bad Venom books, because of Goodreads. I thought there was someone right next to me. I thought, like, kind of like... like almost like a skin crawling feeling. Because I use Goodreads and other sites and just YouTube too. I know what's good and what's bad for the most part, and this was pretty good. Not the best Miles Morales book, and not the best I could have done with it. They should have had a lot of these. I wanted to see them continue, but when it was, not bad. Tad bit long there, remember? I mean, a lot of these I haven't read in a long time. It's Champions #1. I like that they did that, but when I hear they didn't talk to his fucking children, I'm like, oh, you okay? You know, well, our condolences. They did nothing because Marvel's a bunch of hacks and everyone there is a bunch of bullies, and all they care about is money because they overcharge at books, and I really fucking hate them sometimes all the time. The only thing I like about them are their books, and not a whole lot of their books. The end's Captain Marvel. I kind of seem to be the one person who actually kind of likes Captain Marvel. Not the movie. I thought the movie was just okay. But the comics aren't that bad. Family Tree. This is one of those ones that's not Marvel, not DC, not connected to this, not written by this guy. I don't think, at least. Jeff Lemire, I think I've read another one of his books. I think he did a Marvel book, but not a well-known writer. This is a gamble. This is #2. I obviously didn't start with issue 2. I have issue 1 lying around, and this will appear. But I like this. I was pleasantly surprised. I really have got to stop doing that 2-issue thing. The 2-issue thing isn't bad. So what I do is I don't read anything until I have a second issue of it. And then something with Iron Man 2020, an awful one that's in the wrong box right now. I have 3 of them. There's a reason for why I might not do that anymore. I might just read the issue outright. Right when I get it. Maybe. Absolute Carnage Avengers. I don't really remember this one. I don't remember a lot of them. I'm just gonna flip through it if I remember. Nope, I don't remember anything. So not memorable, so forgettable. Jessica Jones, The Blind Spot. Incoming done right. It's a murder mystery, and it strikes close to home. Minor spoiler if you put 2 and 2 together. It's a major spoiler. And that was the mini-series that I got the last issue of today, so I can binge read it now. Now this is why I don't get these grab bags anymore. That's what I was trying to say. That's where I got Prisoner X and those Champions books. Those were awesome. It was 1 through 3 and 1 and 2 of Prisoner X. And again, I don't know if I got that, I don't know if I got that from a grab bag or not. But you get issue 12. It's a random issue of Doctor Strange. It's weird. Pretty good one. I don't remember a whole lot of it, so again, pretty forgettable. Couldn't even tell you if he met Galactus. Avengers of the Wastelands. This is set in the Old Man Logan universe. They heavily relied on you reading all the other Old Man Logans. Because it's not just that miniseries that I have by Mark Millar, which is excellent, probably the best Wolverine book I've ever read. But there's a bunch of other series. I read the first issue of the ongoing series. It's pretty damn good. It ended at issue 24, so it was like a pretty long, limited series. This was pretty good, besides relying on comics I haven't read yet, which is why I don't get comics sometimes. So I wasn't getting comics for the longest time. Another one that relied on you reading previous books, and one I won't be getting any more of. Thor. Isn't bad. It's Johnny Cates. I love his Venom run so far, and he did Absolute Carnage too. The Absolute Carnage, the main story, and then the Venom stories. I don't know why it's in there. I didn't really like that one all that much. It was better than the one before it, but still wasn't that great. I was gonna get the trades, but then I was like, nope, I have to read that. No, I'm not. Not wasting money on shit. It wasn't that bad, but it was kind of like it was planned. Ghost Rider #1. I don't remember this one, but I do remember, again, relied on you reading a bunch of Ghost Rider books. And I get that, obviously, if you think that that can be your first Ghost Rider book you've ever read without knowing anything about the character, then yeah, you're kind of stupid for doing that. But like, if you at least know, like a good majority of the story, then of his like origin and whatnot, shouldn't be. You should be all set. Absolute Carnage, Captain Marvel, #1. Because what they should do is they should never end the series just to have a new #1. But they think that like, I'm gonna get this new #1. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be worth $400,000 in the future, and I'll put my kid through college 400 times. No, that's not how comics work anymore. Because the comics that are worth billions of dollars are rare. These ain't rare. But Marvel and DC don't seem to like to listen. DC is a bit better. A lot of their series, they'll have like little spin-offs. That's the only thing. I have time to do that thing again. That's the thing I hate. So like spin-offs of. I don't know why my tongue does that. I haven't been talking that long. 16 minutes. So I have a few. Yeah, I have a lot of books to go. Swear to God, if I get interrupted, I'm gonna fucking kill someone. Don't remember this one a whole lot. No, I do now. I remember now. Pretty good. A little slow at the end. One of those ones that need to be longer. Here we go, Absolute Carnage. This was the last one. So at least it's not the fourth one. I didn't get this the fifth one or whatever. I could have a Champions. I found the second one before the third one. Really damn good series. Didn't rely too much on you reading previous material, but you did have to read the Cult of Carnage and the preview, like the preludes. But that's different. I read that before. I knew I had to read that before, so yeah. Venom 20. Now this, I think I told you guys way back when I got it. I don't have any of them before 17, so it was a little bit annoying. Just Prisoner X #2, same as the first one. I really liked it. But yeah, I don't have any of them before that because those were Absolute Carnage tie-ins, and I feel like I need to have those. Scarab #1. This is part of the year of the villains, so everyone gets infected. That's part of these characters. It was Commissioner Gordon, him, which is Blue Beetle. That was a pretty good one. I like that Scarab one. Another Scream. Jessica Jones, a random one. This isn't one I got recently. This is one I had it for a long time, but went back to read it and I liked it. It's just like sometimes I don't have a whole lot to say. This is a sequel to the other Batman Superman one. I liked it. Oh, instead of it being Superman Batman, it's Batman Superman. Ah, I see now. So you can't get confused and accidentally get this collection because this is a #1 when it was they have 12th issue I think now. So they have volume 1. So yeah, you can't get confused, guys. If you get confused, you're a bunch of idiots. And it's totally not DC's fault. That's not what happened with me. I knew that was a sequel. It wasn't like a sequel, but it was after Batman Who Laughs, which I didn't like that I got that. Because I didn't end up getting Batman Who Laughs. Because I didn't like Dark Knight's Metal. This was a really good one. Really interesting one. Seeing Spider-Man get infected. It didn't exceed my expectations, but it met them. Savage Avengers, one that exceeded my expectations, because I heard it was pretty bad. It wasn't bad, but they should not have had Venom on this cover. I think they have Venom on all the covers. This is a variant cover. I don't like this variant cover. I just got it because it was the only Savage Avengers #1 that they had. Yeah, it was pretty damn good. Ant-Man #1. If I find Ant-Man #2, I might get it, but they had a sale and it was 99 cents for a while, so now I'm gonna be like, great. Like to myself, I'm like, nice job, you just wasted your money. Lolo Woods #1. Pretty good. I liked it. I like that they didn't need to pander to the LGBTQ community because they're both lesbians. They did it in a tasteful way, which Marvel and DC can't seem to do, or they just don't keep as lesbians. But Marvel, they they're making Wolverine gay, apparently. You know, the lady killer? Yeah. Put more, literally in some cases. Sure, technically. Alright, incoming number 1. As much as I was surprised by this book, it wasn't good. I would say it was 3 out of 5 stars that it deserves the 3 out of 5 stars it has on the Marvel app. Did not need to be this long. But they're gonna. It's the beginning of a whole bunch of huge event and a shit ton of tie-ins. Okay, I gotta hurry up because I'm gonna do the dogs up in a few minutes. Pretty good. It was one of those ones you had to rely on reading a book before it, so I'm not gonna get to the second one. Damn good. Why I got the Pure David omnibus. In a minute! Pretty damn good. I like the son characters of Eddie Brock and Norman Osborn. Just, Venom. Didn't get a second one. Like the character, like the book. If you like the character, like the book, it was really good. I like the Miles Morales character. They did what I wanted them to do. Not really. A lot of these I forgot about. This one I don't remember a whole lot, but just because I had a lot of tie-ins for that character. This is number 4 of Absolute Carnage. This is a character. I believe this is no, it's not. Never mind. Pretty forgettable. Why they're trying to do 4,000 tie-ins? I want to get this collection. Very cool. One of those dollar comics. I recommend you guys get it if you can spare $1. I'm gonna go slower now because I know I'll be a few minutes. Don't remember a lot about this one, but not enough to go back to it. It's alright. A lot of these I'm surprised I still have in my non-wrong box. Amazing Spider-Man 30. Again, don't remember a whole lot of it because I had 50 tie-ins. So I'm like, what's it? In this one? Did Peter Parker do this and that one, or that one, or that one, or this one, or this one? Just felt the need to do 50 tie-ins. Lethal Protectors number 2. Again, another one. I don't know why I do that. I'm not doing a fucking show-off. One that relied on. So many of these just rely on you. Oh yeah, we're not gonna confuse you. In my defense, it was X-Men, so I should have known. It was Fantastic Four versus X-Men. But for a lot of them, there's no way of indicating that you need to read these before this. Have a previously on. This isn't. I don't think this is not a previously on. But right here, they used to do previously on. They don't anymore. I mean, I can see why. Money. You need your money. We don't care about you and whether or not you've read this or that. Again, Absolute Carnage. So same way. People are damn good. This is what I remember. I liked this one a lot. It's Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool. So it's all the Deadpools I'll be talking about for the Absolute Carnage tie-in. This was the weakest one of the Absolute Carnages, and kind of why I didn't get any more of the Ghost Riders. Damn good. I like that. I love the fourth wall breaking of him talking about the second printing. Really damn funny, and why I like the character. He's so different. He breaks the fourth wall and does it good in a good way, and doesn't try to pander like Spider-Gwen, and Gwenpool did, apparently. I didn't get that one. Venom 18, again, forgettable. Not forgettable, but again, there's a whole bunch of them. I like this series. Goddamn part 2, like fucking